Pisces, you are up for the November. I was about to say October, which technically we still are in October. For the November Money Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so the general readings for all of the signs are up. The love readings for all of the signs are up. And now here are the money readings. Also, the collective readings for the new moon in Scorpio for Halloween, because I did a Halloween collective reading too. And then I will do a collective reading for the full moon in Taurus, which is happening soon. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. I'm using the Angels of Abundance Oracle deck, and I will use my custom money tarot deck. All right, may I have the energy for Pisces for November? May I have the energy for Pisces for November? May I have the energy for Pisces for November? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? May I have a card, please? Thank you. And it says, have courage to ask for and accept help. I have to get my lighting on this because there we go. And let me hold this up for you too. Have courage to ask for and accept help. And the card says, asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance, as well as give it to others as you are guided. So have courage to ask for and receive help. All right. And set that to the side, pick up my pen. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot part. Energy for Pisces for November. Energy for Pisces for November. Energy for Pisces for November. What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? Thank you. This card comes out in a lot of readings. That's always amazed me. Okay. And this card came out in Scorpio and Capricorn's reading, Vacation. Some of you might need some R&R. Random thing about asking for help. This isn't asking for help. What I'm talking about is just random. I heard this in my head. For somebody, they don't want to go on vacation by themselves, but they don't want to ask anyone either. It's almost like how my voice went out on the ask. It's almost like when someone gets ready or they get the courage to ask, like, hey, I'm thinking about going to such and such. Let me make up a place. Hey, I'm thinking about going to Puerto Rico. You know, do you want to come with me? Type of thing. I feel like there may be some of that going on. It is what I feel for this vacation thing. Also, I heard too randomly, somebody wants to invite themselves on a vacation with someone else that they know is going. Maybe by themselves, or either another group is going and someone wouldn't mind joining the group. But because they haven't been asked, they don't want to ask. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I mean, I'm just telling you what's in my head. So, yeah. All right. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. That always. It's always that. May I have another card, please? Let's see what this is. Interesting. What's at the bottom of the... Aquarius got this. Online non-college course. Some of you may be taking some online courses. As crazy as it seems, it might have to do with cosmetics. This card comes out in a lot of readings. Throughout, if you look at my money readings, this card has probably come out the most, or at least in the top 3. So some of you may be dealing with something with cosmetics. You could be taking online courses as related to it. You may be thinking about going into the cosmetics industry, whether you're working for a company, whether you're starting your cosmetics company. There's something involving cosmetics. Now, the other card that came out is divine timing. So divine timing, as always, is at play here. There may be something that you're looking for it to move faster, but divine timing is at play. There could be something going on. I don't know why. I feel like some of you hate that you have to gather this information, that you have to learn something. It's kind of interesting because ungrateful was under this, the online non-college course. Like, you hate that you have to take the class. But you may want to look at it from a different point of view if this is resonating with you. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I hate that I have to take this class, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Why don't you be like, I'm thankful that I'm allowed to take this class. There are people in certain countries where they're not even allowed to learn certain things or do certain things. But you may live in a country where you have the ability to take an online course and expand your knowledge, expand your experiences. So instead of being ungrateful in that energy that you even have to deal with this stuff, be grateful that you're able to deal with this stuff. Because some people aren't. They're not as fortunate. Just throwing it out there. Now, the other card that came out is fast food. Fast food came out. So somebody could work in fast food. Someone... That is so weird. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Maybe this will resonate with someone. Whatever. On this vacation thing, there may be someone whose vacation is tied to fast food. And I had this thing before where I had told the story where vacation and fast food came out, and it was more of I don't think it was your reading, Pisces. It was probably somebody else's reading. And this was back probably 2 or 3 months ago. But the thing was, during that reading, it was more people were eating out and doing that because they're on vacation. With this energy here, something that I just picked up, someone is taking the vacation for the fast food. For like a specific type of restaurant or something. Maybe a restaurant that's in that area where they're taking a vacation is not available in the area where they live, if that makes sense. So it's almost like, let me give you an example. Publix. I don't care what anyone says. It really isn't up for debate. Publix grocery store has the best sub sandwiches on the planet. Period. I have never tasted a better sub sandwich than a sub at Publix. And I have eaten at a lot of places. And even when I lived in Los Angeles, I remember one time at my job, and we were about to get food from the sub place. And one of these guys, he was gassing this thing up like, oh, they're the best. They have the best subs in LA and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, really now? Okay. So we ordered the subs. I didn't have any expectations. So I took a bite into the sub and I was just like, I don't see it. This is nowhere near, this isn't even worthy of being compared to a public sub. Did the sub taste fine? Yeah, it tasted fine. But compared to a public sub, there isn't any competition. There just isn't. So, and the reason, I'll tell you what the secret is. The reason public subs are so good are because they're fresh. They're like fresh. They make sure their subs stay fresh. All of the vegetables and everything stays fresh. That is why their subs are so good. But the point of that story is that for somebody, there may be a fast food restaurant in a certain area, and this person really likes it, and that is why they're taking the vacation there, specifically for fast food, for whatever this restaurant is. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That is something I picked up. And I'm not judging. We all have free will. But what we're sticking with here is asking for help is not a bad thing. Accepting help is not a bad thing. And be grateful for the opportunities in front of you, which I'm probably going to title this that. Be grateful for the opportunities in front of you. All right, so Pisces, that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.